Have you ever been in a race car before?
Nah. Oh, this is crazy! This is crazy! Pour my chick inside some Louis and some Valentino. Pour my bro inside some Gucci and some Moschino. They want my money like it's a casino.
Alright, what's up guys? It's Poku Banks, baby. Welcome back to our channel. If you're new, please leave a like, comment and subscribe. Now today I've got something different for you guys. I've got a really exciting video with Drift Limits. This is a car and racetrack driving experience company based just outside London. We're going to get a passenger ride in a full-on race car Ferrari around many laps, and as well we're going to get a very, very insightful interview from Jonny, the guy who made Drift Limits just over 10 years ago. Guys, there should be a lot of game and gems that you can absorb from this interview. You can use this to apply to your own startups, your own ventures, your own side hustles. So let's get started with it from the MD himself, Jonny. How you doing, Jonny?
Yeah, good man. How you doing, Poku?
I'm doing good, thank you. But I just want to ask you a little more questions just to give on to my audience to help them on their entrepreneurial journey. Come here, I've seen all sorts of cars. There's at least 20 supercars in the car lot. There's at least 2 tracks over here as well.
Yeah, so we've got 3 tracks on site. We've got the main supercar track, we've got the single-seater track, and then we've got the drift track as well. And we've actually got an off-road track coming soon as well. We're going to do like massive jumps with our off-road buggies, so it's going to be crazy.
Yeah, and you know what? He even said off camera, he even said that he started this all with £1,000. £1,000.
That's it, man. Like, it was a real sort of organic journey in the sense of building up the assets. I mean, we started off with just one MX-5, and we started it off really just doing car control, like really basic car control elements. And the whole thing sort of really began because there was definitely a gap in the market.
I've noticed this is the closest to London as well. So.
That's it. So obviously for catchment reasons, that was prime. But in terms of like the actual business model, it was more focused for drivers that really cared about driving hard and pushing themselves to the limit. And that's really where the gap was. Like having been to other experience centres, we found that the sort of integrity was quite lacking. So yeah, I mean, it was one of those that we found a bit of a gap in the market. I was doing basic car control stuff in an MX-5. Started with literally just one MX-5, me and my friend. It was £1,000, had literally no money, absolutely skinned. It was really hard to begin with. You can imagine, like, we had this airfield with nothing here. It's like, we were like rocking up with wheelbarrows, with like concrete, like doing it ourselves, literally like doing real basic course to begin with, like J-turns, handbrake turns, stunt driving, We got out onto the forums, MX-5 nuts, and the keen people with those kind of cars that wanted just to drive kind of hard, learn about drifting, would come to us, but it was so incredibly cheap at the time. We were basically paying people to come, but then reputation of like just snowballed effect. People having a great time, wanting to come back, and then ever so slowly we started increasing the prices. Our car range started to increase. We then purchased the biggest change, which sort of like really elevated us into the sort of the supercar game. We actually got a Aerial Atom supercharged one. Remember on top?
That one.
Like 0 to 60, 2.6 seconds. Like literally, like rip your face off. And I think we were the only people at the time to offer that kind of car. Wow!
And then that probably elevated all of the customer reactions and all sorts.
That was it. As soon as we had that, people were like, "Yeah, I'm definitely doing that." They'd come down, they'd have the best time. The track still wasn't great, but just bit after bit, we'd then build things. We'd get the tarmackers in, we'd resurface the tracks, get everything sort of moved up, and now we're at a point where we've got, I think it's 91 cars in total, which is crazy.
91? I think you said 20.
Yeah, bro, it's about 91. Like, including obviously a lot of them are sort of drift cars, a lot cheaper. Some of them are very expensive.
The Ferrari 458, all sorts.
You haven't seen the F1 car yet, have you?
The F1 car? You've seen the F1000, but I haven't seen the F1 yet.
We've got a Jordan F1, like real Jordan F1 car, and we're going to be the only place in the UK to.
And people can come here and just
drive.
Wow.
Yeah, man. So
guys, Drift Limits, as you can see, Drift Limits is a place.
Yeah, so it's quite unique, and that's the thing. We're trying to sort of capture all different areas and all different types of like niches in the business. So whether it's stunt driving, drifting, supercars, all of those kind of things, and particularly. What makes us different is the race cars, the element of driving hard. So you've probably seen from the Ferrari 458 Challenge, the Huracan, it's not here at the moment, but that, the McLaren, the GT3 car, these are cars that you can literally only drive in the entire world here.
Wow.
As a public driving experience, you can go in other road going 458s, and that's fine, but they're not a race version.
Yeah, you want the full experience.
That's it, man. So full slick tyres, you can experience like grip levels that you can't really get at other places, and it's just a bit more gnarly, isn't it? So that's how we go.
It's fun. I also wanted to ask, so what would you say is there any similarities between racing and running a business? Would you say any similarities that link?
Yeah, man, definitely. I mean, I've done a bit of racing, but you've got to be obviously really focused. In that sort of mindset.
Yeah.
And I think you've got to be quite hardcore and obviously be prepared to take risks. That's quite nice,
take risks.
Analogy there, for sure. You know, you've got to be prepared to take risks. You've got to be ready to push things to the edge. And I think it does require that kind of mindset, you know, that strong and determined mindset, for sure. It's all about the first step. The first step is the hardest step. Literally. Just doing something. Like everyone, like how people that go, you know, I've got ideas of this and that, but if you actually do one step, you've actually started that journey.
Yeah.
And as soon as you started taking that journey,
there you
just
go.
Got to keep walking.
I feel like a lot of people like to say, you know, don't worry about it now, do it, focus on it later.
That's it, man. It's about actually actioning things. You know,
action.
People really just so easily just want to, you know, talk about doing things, but not actually be prepared to do it themselves. You know, so get the action in and just make a go at it and see where you end up. You know,
that's great, man. It's like there's so much politics you got to deal with, planning, all sorts, business,
you know, the working relationships,
even neighbours complaining.
That's it, man. But we like to think that this is a place which actually benefits a lot of different people. You know, and it really marks a hub in the local area too. It really draws national. It's very difficult just to sort of jump in right at the deep end and go, network is really important, right? I need to go find the most important people and then just talk to them. It doesn't really work like that.
Okay.
In reality, you'll find once you've got something of value, people will be drawn to you, and that's what I found. You know, in my game, like now I'm like surrounded people that, you know, equally are interested in what I can offer as well as what they can offer me. So it is that sort of like mutual sort of respect there.
Most definitely.
But yeah, I mean, it's got a huge amount of importance, and it can really elevate your game in business for sure. You know, and like we were saying, you know, we did a lot of stunt work, and from that stunt work, we then started to attract stunt driving clients. Now, from that and the premises we've got right next to a lot of the studios, like Warner Bros, ITV studio just over there.
Yeah, so
we started doing a lot of training for stunt drivers, and then that sort of led to us getting in with the stunt coordinators. So then I've been in like films, you know, with Tom Cruise doing stunt driving and stuff. So it's sort of opened up little gateways for those things, you know. And like you say, if you've got something which is, you know, got value, then people want to use it. So music videos, things like that, and then they've got connections. So of course, it helps a lot, man.
Would you say you had a mentor on your journey, or someone to like push you through or guide you through the journey of building this, or would you
know
on
your
own?
To be honest, like a lot of friends and family. Like I wouldn't say like any one person in particular. I mean, certainly with the business side, my brother massively, because he's like the FD. But you know, like guys got like Kane, Connor, like, you know, they're all really inspiring actually. And that's the thing, when you find someone that's inspiring and you can bounce ideas off, they're the ones that are worth really sticking to and trying to sort of give more responsibility to. You know, because they thrive too. That's what we need. I mean, that's it.
So, what would you say is your biggest challenge running this whole business?
Oh man, there's been so many. Honestly, that's a hard question. I've had a few. I'll give you a couple. So one was when we started up. You know, we had no money. Like, and I was saying, you know, we had just MX-5s. That was it, right? And then another competitor came over. They could see what we were doing, and they were like, they've obviously got a good site there, that's got a lot of potential, and they basically rocked up all their flashy cars, and we were like, great, you know, we were kind of like pushed over to one side. I couldn't pay what they were paying, and like we were just really pushed into a corner, and it was only because of the determination and, you know, that sort of will just to keep going and never giving up, and just being true to our word, which really paid through. And I think that's sort of where karma comes in, because it kind of got to a point where the landowner of the fields and the farms, she kind of saw the true colours and the true nature of the competitor, and, you know, quite often people will see that, see what really is going on, and it did, and it kind of escalated to a point where she could see where that journey was going with the other people. She could see my dedication and where I was going, and that came true. You know, that means a lot to everyone. If you've got trust, then, you know, you could work things through, and that's where it came to. So that was one sort of quite epic thing where essentially she had to make a decision between the two of us because we both were growing, and if you play a bit dirty, then often it comes back around to bite you in the ass. So that's one thing.
Yeah, man. Be true to yourself, guys.
Yeah, man. What else has been difficult? Bloody hell, COVID. That's not fun.
Yeah. COVID's damaged so many industries. So
yeah, man.
I wouldn't even wanna.
We're massively on the back foot. I mean, literally, we've been taking all the grants and all the loans possible, and trying to keep all our guys. I mean, there's about 30 full timers in total here, and trying to keep them going on furlough. Then you've got people standard, they were on their furlough for about a year, and then they want to leave, and then it's just trying to sort of work out all the staffing and the cash flow, and that's painful. That was really painful. That was not fun at all. When you've got something going, you just want to keep it going, and then you've got the energy, and you're seeing other people enjoying it. That just keeps that whole machine running. But when it's all shut, people get really demotivated, and then they look at other sort of options, and that's been horrible. That's been really horrible. I'd say.
I wanted to also ask, is this your first business?
First and only business, bro.
Wow.
I mean, I've done other little bits and pieces. I used to build skate ramps back in the day, but I've basically been doing this for 10 years, and this is pretty much it, man. This is the only kind of job I've ever known.
Wow, that's crazy. And that's your hobby, like you're into racing cars and.
Definitely. I mean, I'd say I think as I've sort of got a bit older, I'm like more
on the business side.
I'm interested in just so many different things in life, and I think that's a nice thing about a business is, for me anyway, the end aim is basically freedom, and to be able to enjoy, what you do, but also have the time to experience loads of other things. Because yes, I am obviously interested in cars, and I love racing cars, but as you probably know, if you do your passion to death, it starts to go, okay, well, I've done that now, so you kind of want to look at other things. But yeah, man, that's my aim. I've got plenty of other crazy ideas.
And I would like to follow up with, what's the future holding for you and Drift Limits? So what are you looking to go into next, or what further things will you add on to Drift Limits?
Yeah, good shout. I mean, we've got quite a cool roster in terms of the cars here on this site.
Yeah.
We really want to get another site based up in the north, so we've got that catchment area. That would be really, really nice. And then a weird one, which I'm not sure Kane will agree with me too much, but I want to get a stunt plane, because that would be jokes, because then I can fly from one place to the other. I can give customers passenger rides.
Oh, wow.
I think that sounds fun. I used to be in the RAF, do a bit of that. So yeah, man, I'm still I want to get back on the stunts on the planes, for sure.
Yeah. Wow, you got to conquer the road and the air. That's definitely the way forward.
Yeah, bro. So I mean that's one journey. I mean, I've got plenty of other journeys that I'm starting, which are quite ironic in a way. I'm actually trying to sort of come up with a scheme to help prevent, the climate crisis that we're currently in, which is really ironic, obviously running race cars. But I've got loads of ideas. But at the end of the day, it's just bit by bit, trying to sort of, balance your work and your your playtime enjoyment, and trying to sort of just strike that balance, and also give the other guys in the business the opportunity to really elevate it more, a better job that I could ever do. I mean, Jesus, I would never be able to get here without my boys doing bits. And whilst I'd say I've got some good points, I would say there's plenty of bad points too. You know what I mean? So you need everyone.
You just got to work on everyone else's weaknesses and the strengths as well, so it just merges together.
That's it.
Everyone comes as
know what you're good at, and then
play
as a team.
Yeah, and play your part. Literally, guys.
Go and enjoy yourselves. Try not to worry about things too much. We've been in this sort of cycle, haven't we? This last year, we've been conditioned in such an interesting and different way, and I think it's so important to, get out, enjoy those things. We are social beings, so let's get back on the parties, and back and talking to people.
Yeah, 100%. And also, guys, you guys are interested in coming to Drift Limits? I've had a lot of good time racing the cars. Drive the Ferrari 458. Link down below in the description. Jonny.
Yeah, man.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Decent, man.
Easy. Let's get it. It's Poku Banks, baby. I just want to thank Jonny again for sharing his experiences with you guys on my channel. Him and his brother have been through many ups and downs when building this company from the ground up. It's crazy as well to find out that this was actually his first business as well. So again, he must have done this when he was relatively young, probably in his early 20s, now he's in his early 30s. Hopefully that's giving you some great insight into the company Drift Limits, the interview as well, which tells you how to start your own business based around your own passion, navigating through all of the troubles, and then triumphing and making it to the top. So the next part of the video, this is where things get a little bit crazy. They have other race cars like the McLaren, the Lamborghini, and other Formula cars, as well as supercars, sports cars, race cars, Japanese cars, and American muscle cars. Anything you want, it's there. Even a Tesla too. Now for all you guys that stay towards the end of the video, Drift Limits wants to give you a special gift, and that is a code for 50% off, which should be on the screen right now. This code will give you 50% off your booking when you book with Drift Limits online. Again, they wanted to gift this guy to you, the ones that wanted to sit through the whole interview with Jonny. And if you're wondering whether it's worth or not, how about check my experience? So I'm not a car expert, but I was told it has close to 600 horsepower, V8 engine, 0 to 60 in 3 seconds, and it's on race tires. This very car was actually raced in the Ferrari Challenge Series, hence the name. So it's a legit race car that Drift Limits are making available for the public.
Have you ever been in a race car before?
Nah.
You're in for a ride, my friend.
Bro.
It's different to a road car.
So, yeah, just show me this. Show me what it's made of. Show me what it's made of.
Yeah, I'll do my best. I'll do my best.
Hey guys, we're about to get started with this. I said the 458. It's not a joke. My first time. Hey, this is looking tight. So what? Do you like driving the cars? It's the best job.
You can't complain with cars like these.
Do you think I'll be able to hold on to this, or we'll have to hold on to this?
Hold on to it with your left hand. You might want to brace with your right hand on the roll cage.
Oh damn!
Yeah, it'll be on the brakes where you fly forward.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Yeah, you'll feel it. Right, let's go.
Go go go! Let's go. Hey! Yo! 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 Yay!
This is only half of it.
Oh shit! No way! No way! Hey, hey.
Hold on to your phone.
Hey, hey. Yo! Yo!
You enjoyed it?
Wait, what the fuck? No, wait! Shit's crazy! Yo! Nah, this is actually crazy! This is crazy! This is crazy! Yo, nah, this shit crazy. This shit crazy. Nah, guys, this shit crazy.
There you go.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it.
Now that was one of the craziest experiences that I've ever been through in a car. I didn't even know that a car can move so monstrous like that. Like the way that the G-force just pushes you around. And even if you aren't into cars, it's a once in a lifetime opportunity. So again guys, I always tell you guys, put your money into experiences so you can build wisdom and see the world, see life. I'd rather do that than spend your money on drip or design or whatever, things that don't last. So again guys, use the code on the screen, DLVC-10013. It'll be linked down below at driftlimits.co.uk. And trust me, your dream car is probably there. Now thanks again to Drift Limits, thanks to Jonny, thanks to Kane, thank you guys for making it a great experience for me. Now if you want to see more videos like this, click the like button, get me to around 500 likes, comment, subscribe, share, let's get it. You already know, it's Poku Banks, baby.
Put my chick inside some Louis and some Valentino. Put my bro inside some Gucci and some new Machino. They want my money like it's a casino.